Careful what you plant. 4 Indian farmers are back in court next month after Pepsi sued them for growing its own trademark variety used for Lay potato chips. I'm Ben Fazulin. Let's do business. Pepsi is the global leader in potato chips. It even has patents on the potatoes best suited to frying, which is why it sued a handful of farmers in India for growing that very variety. It wants thousands of dollars from landholders who only own a few acres each. Pepsi says the farmers infringed on the company's intellectual property rights using seeds patented for its Lay's potato chips. The farmers are from Gujarat, which has become a hub for growing potatoes for multinationals like KFC, McDonald's and Pepsi. The state is backing the farmers. Rights groups say Pepsi used private detectives to carry out video-recorded sting operations of the farms. But the company has now backed down somewhat, asking the farmers instead to join the thousands of others in its collaborative potato farming project. They'd have to agree to the terms and conditions offered by Pepsi, including potato prices. Otherwise, it's offering settlements to the other landholders, provided they refrain from planting the seeds used to produce Lays. Well, Meeta Punjabi is Managing Director at Creative Agri Solutions and wrote a whole research paper on this. Who's right and who's wrong in this case?
So, actually, yes, as you mentioned, PepsiCo has registered the variety that they have developed for chip making. But at the same time, when they have registered the variety under the PPR Act, which is also called the PPR and Farmers' Rights Act. So the farmers actually are allowed to grow that particular seed, but they are not allowed to sell it as a patented seed. So frankly speaking, yes, there is an infringement on PepsiCo's branded potatoes, but at the same time, the act is not so watertight. So we cannot really say that the farmers are wrong or doing something illegal.
What about this deal or settlement that Pepsi's offering the farmers? Is it any good?
So Pepsi is essentially saying what is their, what they have patented the potatoes, that either the farmers stop growing them or that they work with them. So, which is essentially saying that you cannot grow the potatoes unless you don't sell it to us. So, you know, and the farmers have actually not accepted that, and they have asked for more time to come back. So let's see what the farmers have in mind.
But tell me, is Pepsi really the bad guy here? You wrote in your paper on this very subject that the company's been active in Punjab since the 80s and has invested a lot.
Yes. So as for all new technologies, the technologies have a positive fallout, right? It increases productivity. So in this case, PepsiCo has worked with farmers who are tied to the company. So they supply the potatoes to the company. And in that sense, the farmers benefited. They got higher productivity. They got better prices. They were facing a low risk. But then you are working with a handful of farmers. And while the others who are not working with the company are excluded. So, and anywhere in the world, when it comes to a situation between the farmers and between a corporate MNC, you know who will always be the bad guy. It's always a scene of David versus Goliath. So while the companies are adding to technology and adding to productivity, it always, the downside is that technology also leads to monopoly. So the benefits then would be limited to few farmers versus these benefits accruing to a large group of farmers.
So Meeta, it doesn't sound like this is going to be the last time we hear of global corporations dictating what we can grow and sell.
Not really. In fact, more and more, with higher population, we need higher productivity. Higher productivity comes from improved varieties, which are again owned largely by multinational companies because they are investing in so much in research. So this is not the last time that we are hearing about it. But I would also say that this is a precedent case really in India, because there are many companies who are working with farmers And farmers are not loyal at all times. They see their profit and they go beyond their contract, but nobody takes the farmers to court because they realize that nowhere in the world would it be an accepted norm where the farmers take the companies to court. So while the farmers working with companies is going to continue in the long run, this case, really the outcome of this case will set a precedent as to how the world views an MNC versus a farmer case.
Meeta Punjabi, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.